I just don't think Will has much of a chance.
Prada Willie has engineered my child to think he cannot survive the next 5 minutes without eating.
Hot dog, potato salad, tacos. I want chili. Yeah.
Taste, consistency, none of that matters. It's edible.
I've seen him take food out of a garbage can. Prada Willie children will eat till they choke to death or explode.
We have a padlock on the refrigerator because he does not have the control that it would take to stop or slow down.
It's a constant battle every single day.
It breaks my heart. I'm just really excited for William that he has the opportunity to be able to be a part of this program. Oh my gosh!
We miss you so much, baby.
I know that.
Will's behavior is, at times, out of control.
Take the camera out of my face. What you want? Pick the mom. Get the camera out of face.
I mean, Will's so out of control.
No one be here. Put me out of here.
The only thing I'm going to say is it just sucks being me right now.
It's a constant battle every single day. I don't want my child to die.
My name is William Weaver. I have Prader-Willi syndrome. Some kids think I'm overweight. I don't like it, and I can't control it.
If we were to let our guard down, William would eat himself to death.
Literally.
Literally.
Here's my room. Come in my room. I really love baseball. I turned 14 this year. They call me Babe Ruth. Give me a glass. Hey, baby.
People look at our child and think, oh my God, look at that fat little kid.
People will assume, because I've let myself get overweight now, that, well, no wonder he's so overweight. Or because he misbehaves in public, it's because we don't control him as parents. We haven't taught him to behave.
They don't see it as a disorder.
Prader-Willi syndrome is a genetic disorder that affects both physical and behavioral health aspects of an individual's life. Most people think about Prader-Willi syndrome as being a disorder of obesity, and there are very clear behavioral disturbances associated with the disorder as well.
Oh, that's better.
William will never be able to live independently, and this is going to be a battle that we are going to have to battle every single day of his life.
I love my mom and dad very much. They know it, too.
When William was 2 months old is when he was diagnosed with Prader-Willi syndrome. He was actually in the hospital for failure to thrive. They ran a genetic test, and it came back positive for Prader-Willi syndrome.
Prader-Willi is a deletion in the 15th chromosome. Depending on the child, the severity of it differs. It causes low muscle tone, speech impediment, learning disabilities.
It's hard to walk. It's hard to run. And I can't eat junk food either.
One of the biggest symptoms with Prader-Willi is Will doesn't know that he's ever full. His whole existence in life is to find out where his next snack, meal, what are we having for dinner, what can I sneak, what can I grab.
Right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Two's good. Okay, what else?
Hot dog, potato salad, tacos. I want chili. No, I want that.
No, I'll give you a good bit.
One thing that people sometimes misunderstand is that folks with Prader-Willi syndrome are insatiable rather than that they feel hungry all the time. They never feel full, whether they get a small portion or a very large portion.
Because Will gets into food all the time, because he's always hungry, one of the precautions we have to do is we have to keep the refrigerator, all the sources of food locked in the house. So we've got keys, we keep them hidden in different places. We typically have to change the places we hide them because he's smarter than we are and he figures out where we hide them. But we have a padlock on the refrigerator. Taste, consistency, none of that matters. It's edible. One time he got into a box of confectioner's sugar and ate like the whole box of confectioner's sugar.
I've seen him take food out of a garbage can. Come on, Will, you know, when's enough enough? Prader-Willi children will eat till they choke to death or explode.
Because he does not have the control that it would take to stop or slow down.
So one more thing.
I've cried coming out of his room before with the containers of empty food.
There was still probably, I would say, at least a half a box in there. And I'm sure he sat here and ate every one of them right after one after the other until they were gone. This is something he's genetically designed to do. He cannot control it. And I refuse to punish him for that.
Prader-Willi has engineered my child to think he cannot survive the next 5 minutes without eating. It's a constant battle, every single day. I don't want my child to die.
Oh, crap. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness, how good is the number?
210.
What have you eaten?
Nothing.
3 weeks ago, we went to the endocrinologist, and after some lab work, we realized that William has indeed developed diabetes.
There's been something.
We're using it as an aid and just helping William to make better choices.
You just have to be very, very careful the rest of the day, okay?
He's now on insulin as well as pill form of medication to treat it.
Even though he says he didn't sneak anything, I find that a little hard to believe. As careful as we are, he still manages to find ways to get what he wants.
They love me very much, like I love them. They don't want me to die.
He's in a constant battle every minute of his waking life. He wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like he's on the prowl.
Didn't sneak nothing?
No. No, I don't. Mom, I got it. No, I am.
Will's behavior at school is at times out of control. It's more aggressive and not so much towards his peers as much as it is towards the adults. He's just finished a school year that really just ended in a very bad way.
A teacher walked me to the principal office. Then I get really angry. They're saying I flipped a tape. And the coach come in and I start throwing stuff. I start throwing books at him. I destroyed that room like a lot. So I get a stapler and I'm gonna staple on his arm like this. Staple, like 4 staples. And they kicked me out of school because of that.
I just don't think Will has much of a chance. There's been so much water under the bridge that I don't think that he is going to stand a fair chance in the environment has been in up to now.
I can't control it. I can't control my anger.
It breaks my heart.
When I found out, I was actually at my girlfriend's house, and I got the phone call from Pittsburgh. I cried. I was so excited. I couldn't even speak for a little while. It was just like a big, huge gust of fresh air. It was just a relief. William had heard that the phone call was Pittsburgh, so he was standing in the doorway, and he kind of mouthed to me, "Am I going?" And I gave him the thumbs up, and he was so excited.
What kind of clothes are you going to take up there?
Jogging shorts
What is your dog?
for exercise.
I'm looking forward to the weight loss that he'll be able to obtain while he's there.
I think that's it, buddy.
I think it's going to give him the tools that he needs to make some of the choices that the hard choices that he faces every day.
Love you, baby.
Love you.
Don't be showing those guns off in Pittsburgh.
And we leave in 2 days.
It's a new hope, a new beginning.
In order to save his life, he has to go.
We'll see more freaking Mom.
His behavior's a risk because it's getting far more aggressive.
Get the camera out of the face. No one be here. Let's be out of here.
I am looking to Pittsburgh as being the best hope for William. His health is at risk by having the weight on, so I'd say that's important. His behavior is a risk because it's getting far more aggressive and to a dangerous stage. Tonight, when I go to bed, everything's going to be in the car. So when we get up in the morning, all we have to do is put us in the car. Now, it's to a point he has to go. In order to save his life, he has to go. This is a life-changing trip for William, for all of us, for the whole family.
People all over knew Clyde. He was just such a fun and happy guy all the time. Clyde was an avid runner. He loved to fish. He loved doing anything outside. He had jobs. He had a girlfriend. He gave his girlfriend a ring, and they were engaged. I think the true marker of people thinking they're successful with Prader-Willi syndrome is if the person is thin and healthy. And Clyde was thin and healthy. A few days after his birthday in 2004, Clyde went to a baseball game with the people that he had been doing this with for years and years and years. Someone had mailed him a check for his birthday. Somebody else took him to cash the check, not knowing that you're not supposed to let Clyde cash a check. He did go to the concession stand unsupervised, and he had all this money, and so he bought a lot of food. By the afternoon, on the way home, he was vomiting and saying that he felt really bad. We met at the hospital at the emergency room, and they started pumping his stomach, and he was in pain, and he was able to tell me. I ate a couple of burgers, and I had French fries, and I got a milkshake, and then I went back and got ice cream, and oh, I'm so sorry, Mom, why did I do this? It just went so fast. It was sepsis, his stomach burst. Clyde went to the emergency room on Sunday, July the 19th, and 4 days later, he died. I had never pictured him dying from the syndrome, and especially so quickly. People always say, oh, he had such a great smile, and fortunately, that's what I remember too. That's the picture I have.
Good morning, William.
We arrived at the Institute. William was so excited to be there, he literally climbed over me to get out the door when we pulled in. He could not wait.
I'm Corey. I'm one of the nurses upstairs, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to be the one taking you upstairs and showing you around today. Okay?
We walked in, and it seemed like he owned the place. As soon as he walked in, he just had that air about him, you know, this is my place, it's here for me.
Here you are. Son, you have this room all to yourself, okay?
I'm Dr. Cherfus. I'm one of the doctors here. It's nice to meet you, too. We are a crisis management unit. William has a fairly traditional or typical presentation in terms of having both some physical complications associated with weight gain as well as the behavioral health components.
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
For many people with Prader-Willi syndrome, this is the first time they've been in a community of other folks that have Prader-Willi syndrome.
Brittany, this is William.
Hey, William.
Nice to meet you, Brittany.
Nice to meet you too, William.
And it makes such a difference, and really things start to make sense and have meaning for life in a brand new way, and that's a pretty amazing thing to see.
Hi, William.
Who are you here?
I'm Christine. I'm physical therapy. How are you?
Hey.
Can we check you out and see how strong you are?
Yeah.
I want you to walk to that door and back as many times as you can. I'm going to time you for 6 minutes. Okay? Ready? Set? Go. You're doing a great job. Keep going. How about if I walk with you? Come on.
My mom.
I know. You'll see her in a little bit. Can I walk with you? Come with me.